Look at that. I found a third power source.
Already?
It popped up in an earlier search, but I've only just managed to confirm it.
Where?
There's a museum in Cairo with one on display.
Guess Conor will have to wait. No, you stay. We need to find that key, and time is running out. I'll make the trip. What about Cross? Everything's going to be fine. I'll be back soon.
Ready when you are, Desmond.
Winter approaches. The air is still and sharp with grim expectation. The others sense it too and go about their work with uncommon urgency. I would like to help them, but more pressing matters now demand my attention. The Templars have targeted George Washington directly, and will not rest until he is dead. I had hoped to shield him from this knowledge, but Thomas Hickey ended any hope I had of staying silent. And so I have resolved to share everything I know, of the Templars and their plots, of who I really am. Achilles finds fault in this, and we argue every day, but there is simply too much now at stake to maintain restraint.
It was 9 days for Homestead, 1776. Winter's come down, drenched in cold, bro.
Don't do this!
Then what would you propose we do? Sit and watch while the Templars take control? We are sworn to stop them, or have you forgotten?
Assassins are meant to be quiet, precise. We do not go announcing conspiracies from the rooftops to all who pass by.
Who are you to lecture anyone? You locked yourself away in this crumbling heap and gave up on the Brotherhood entirely. Since the day I arrived, you've done nothing but discourage me. And on the rare occasions you've chosen to help, you've done so little, you may as well have done nothing at all.
How dare you!
Then tell me, on whose watch did the Brotherhood falter? Whose inaction allowed the Templar Order to grow so large that it now controls an entire nation?
If I sought to dissuade you, it was because you knew nothing. If I was reluctant to contribute, it was because you were naive. 1,000 times you would have died and taken God knows how many with you. Let me tell you something, Conor. Life is not a fairy tale, and there are no happy endings.
No. Not when men like you are left in charge.
In your haste to save the world, boy, take care you don't destroy it. Ha!
It's very weird. What's up, everybody? It's Amon here. Welcome back to some more Assassin's Creed 3. I hope you guys have enjoyed some Assassin's Creed 3. Hope you guys are having a great day. Got my Street Fighter on. Cool. Cool for a shirt and all that. Kind of should be with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it again. Okay. So in this case, I got my Street Fighter shirt on. It's cool. Either way, from that, we still go back to Davenport Homestead. Just moved out from his house on my own, angry. We're gonna have a chill ride while this is happening. Welcome back to some Assassin's Creed 3. Hope you guys are having a great day. That was a big high pop off into things. It was interesting for how that was coming. I'll try to go and analyze Conor's anger and point positioning from both. I'm gonna try to stay neutral because it's kind of interesting how things are happening right now. We were from a cool, chill investigation. Y'all saw Desmond, the group, and what they're plotting together. We're trying to get some pieces from the past and then trying to get some interest in what's correlating together from what was popping off within the present, because obviously the group's going to go get the key and say a matter of us plotting things together in the picture for what might be happening in the past, obviously from the storyboard, and what is happening to gain us information as well. Then, with that being said, I have my Street Fighter shirt on. Not Street Fighter 4, just entire class base of Street Fighter. Yeah. I'm gonna get more into Street Fighter 5 later on, but cool bopper shirt, you know, around. Got my nigga representing. It's cool. I might show y'all on the thumbnail, kids vlog. Possibly have a vlog idea already up. I told you I'm trying to be putting out some banger videos. So I have not recorded Street Fighter 5 in a minute. I do have some recording set up with Street Fighter 5, so I can put that out. I just been hooked on Assassin's Creed 3. Like, this has been a splendid, cool game. Also putting out some montages and different stuff, things like that. Hope you guys have been enjoying that as well. New intro, all that. But to talk about why Conor is like this, I'm pretty sure Conor's only like this because he's been trying to explain his point of view and trying to make the world a better place. But it's been hard because of things happening and what's been dove in. I only have 16 pounds. I'll see what I can get. What up? You got 286 pounds. See what I can buy with that. They got some arrows. I got all the bullets I need. Alright, come on, partner. Let's go. Anyway, like I was saying though, he has his mindset because of the fact he wants to make the world of his people a better place. It is big snowy out here. Blazing with cold, bro. Goodness. It seems spring point time, but this is in the Christmas point time. Like, it's very, very cold out here. Especially in the place where I'm at. Deep in the woods, frontier. Animals need to hibernate and do different things. This place is big blistering with cold. Seems like I'm over here in fucking Scandinavia in Canada or something. But anyway, going on the redcoats, all the patriots, cool. Well, anyway, going on with what I was still trying to say, I'm not trying to be interrupted back to back, but with how his mindset is like, you can't really say he's being naive. He's taking these different actions that are not appropriate within the position of what the creed is like. He's over here scandaling and out here disrespecting Achilles for him leaving it from what he's done. And I'm suggesting that is exactly the case for how he got into his little accident or whatever injury that put him off from the Kree pursuance and doing stuff in the Kree and his job and stuff. We already had an easy understanding with trying to push to make the Founding Fathers' job and ideals true. Within the case for the Founding Fathers wanting to do what Conor kind of set out to do in their own form of mindset and trying to make something happen through their ideals, but him to do that, he has to keep pushing on the Templars, but he re-advises that plan into motion with the Founding Fathers in his American Revolution, then he'll try to make that happen, I'm suggesting. But at the same time, it's a little bit hard to think about with that because of the point that the Creed is supposed to uphold. The Creed is not supposed to drag other people into this. They are an organization. They are a order that stands in a whole different value in that case. That's even a voucher? Voucher makes sense. I don't know if I said it exactly like that in that other case, but still. Doing that takes away all place of what you're supposed to do as an assassin. But I also understand that with that being said, him trying to bring in the Founding Fathers to a bigger position and point for what the ideals of what he wants and what their American plan is, I can get that. But he's being naive and ignorant of the point that the assassin is supposed to make in that sense. And then Achilles wants him to understand that. And he's over here again, scowling about on him about all his different stuff, lecturing him, getting on him about him leaving the Creed, and that even being the case, like I said, to rescind my statement, that's unfortunate, but this is into a big pack of an argument that is very interesting to be put into play for how things were like, because so much of what Conor was talking about was very interesting to think about, because he was mad at him about all that stuff, and he's moved out. He couldn't be with him. He argued with him about it every day for what he said, about an account of his ideals and his point of view and all that different stuff, which is pretty interesting to really think about within this case. But alright, and overall it's interesting to think about why Conor would feel so in-depthly in that mindset to the point where he will leave and at the same time disregard everything Achilles was saying to him and disrespect him and leave the place where he felt home, because Achilles has been his father figure since he's been raised up on the assassin philosophy courage to do this and this and this and this and this and this and take out the Templars, grow within his mindset. Okay. I actually want to go and hunt that thing. Hold up. We'll go hunt for a second. Hold up. I don't know where that animal went, but that animal looked like it could have a heavy paw then. It seems so fucking fucked up to be killing an animal for a line within different money, but at the same time, that's how animals are like even today. Sort of pawn, you got a camp of patriots and stuff. Cool. Interesting. This is what I've been going on my way to travel to. Cool. Could be talking about this from this entire time. But it seemed like a lot of their push and strive to do things coming to blows if in Discord set them out for their ideals. That's what I want to say. That's my in-depth talk about that. Glad you guys make sense for all that. If it does, because I've been talking for so long. But since we're at our destination, I'm going to go and pause because I don't want to take up all the time. But with my point overall to be said is that we've went out our way to stick with the assassin philosophy, but he wants to live both lives of pushing for America to do this and do this, take on the Great British, having to decide if he'll take on his father, take on the prince. Well, hold on, look, that don't make sense. That kind of within this case, because I'm talking very fast. I'm trying to make all that potent to you guys. To go ahead and just breathe. The Templars and plant out all these different things within the comment of the American pursuance and the dream and helping the founding fathers. He has to plot all this different stuff about the assassin stuff together, and this comes into discourse with Achilles that's to go old-fashioned, wants to go in the mainline particular thing, and at the same time I feel like it's arguably very native dumbness in his ideal, because one, yes, the world is unfair. Life is not fair. The world is not a fairy tale, and there's no happy endings considerably within the set of matter for how things are like within this time and his life overall. But the point that he wants to make is that he's trying to make something out of the world. And I don't think because he's Native American is dumb. No, I think he's naive within his kind of native deterioration on this for what he's doing, because he is taking his life and really trying to make something out of it, and kind of has a childish view on it, which I understand, like that's realistic. He's mad at the world, he wants to try to make something out of the point that he's trying to strive for, but it's very hard within the place for what's happening with the revolution and what intercompacts things together in this place of the time, and what's holding up in this war and what's popping together and all that. But with that also being said, I'm just saying we have to take into understanding that with the characters and what compacts together with all this different stuff, it's a lot of stuff going on, and Conor has a big mad and feel and point for what he's trying to do and how things are coming together within this time, because again, he's mad at the world and he's trying to make something out of this different stuff, but it's very hard to with everything corresponding together within how things are like and all that, you know what I mean? But I also understand how Conor, like I just said, like right now, literally how he's like in the point of saying matter for how Achilles is like as a character and stuff, you know. But moving on, not that blatant. Again, I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope that all makes sense to you guys. You guys are able to hear me out. I can talk. Well, in case of everything I'm trying to make clear, presented my point. Combine everything. Accept this. Hold up. Get it. Okay, let's get by. The George Washington here. Going to a new case of plan. Missing supplies, singles 9.
Commander. Conor. Any word on Lee? Not yet. My apologies.
Also, another thing,
I've been
I'm
distracted.
gonna let this finish, but I'm gonna talk about this after, because it has something to do with
Supply
the case for
caravans
Connor's
meant for the
ideal
camp
with
have
Lee.
gone missing. I suspect treachery. A traitor named Benjamin Church, recently released from prison, has vanished as well.
The two events are surely related.
What was his crime?
He was caught sending letters to the Loyalists, detailing our troop strength. He claimed it was a scare tactic, that we might avoid war. A poor lie.
I will find church for you.
Why? What reason have you to help?
Does it matter?
As you wish. We've received reports of trouble along the southern road.
I want to push the British
Might
out
be
and
he's
them return to
responsible.
rule and make a place of freedom.
I suggest you begin your search there.
Turn to the abandoned church. Alright, well, what am I gonna need? Take a horse. Come on, man. I'm gonna talk about this Charles Lee thing real quick. It's gonna be fast. I know I'm talking a lot, and I know I don't necessarily do that super anatomy, kind of, to a case or extent. But what I have to say here is important, involving the case of obviously my thoughts, is my views. So I'm gonna talk no matter what. If you got a problem for you can click off. I don't give a fuck. Point is that with Charles Lee, it kind of been a meme that I've seen looking into some stuff involving Conor without trying to get spoiled. That he cares too much about Charles Lee, which is very dumb, and some people say he's full obsessed, which I would understand that, and I would say that because his main straw point for being an assassin and doing stuff in American Revolution always has something to do with Charles Lee. He became assassin because he wanted to pursue Charles Lee. He is a Templar. He wants to put him out of commission. Anybody that presents themselves as a defender of the Templars, who put him out of commission, he the top dogs, he'll take them out. And Conor right now doesn't seem like he has any regret or any moral qualm against killing his own dad to pursue someone that destroyed him when he was young. Because from what I see, Charles Lee killed his mom basically. He rioted on his village, burned it to the ground, deserted all of his kind. Meaning within the case of the Native Americans, because the Native Americans are still around, but Charles Lee wanted to desert them. He called them savage, forest monkeys pretty much, like how the men counted Native Americans were called in this time. And then at the same time, the Assassin Brotherhood, the Templars with Pacific Haytham and some other stuff that's happening with the characters, deserted them too. A lot of stuff piled up together within this, and it's a big time skip within the point for what's happened with all the characters and etc. and what is corresponded within the time as well, you know. But I also do know very well that with what's happening with Conor and other stuff piling together, that with his ideal to kill Charles Lee is not just to fully kill him, but to rid the Templars as they want to desert their humanity for over-bastion of control. Because with this, the Templars' ideals to control, there's a lot more deeper meaning to that, and maybe they'll deeply explain that, but for now, it's supposed to be in tyrannical rule to install a bunch of their different ideals and plead for slavery, all this different stuff. They back up the British and other ideals to control America, take this, take that, and posture off all this stuff and make it happen. So with the point for what Conor's doing, yes, he has obsession to kill Charles Lee. I can understand that. Charles Lee's an op. He got to get dealt with immediately. But the thing is, his point and ideals is not just Charles Lee, but to rid the slavery, the tyrannical rule, and prosper America into the great means of what America is supposed to be. He wants to make a world where his people can be happy, where people can be free, when people can elect their own leaders. No monarchy, no tyranny, no dictatorship, no domination on people, where his people can be better safe. He wants to make a world where his people can be better off in the country. He wants to be what the Spangled Banner, the stars, the red stripes, the blue stripes, everything can be. He wanted the American flag to be a place where you can show freedom, rightful duty. He probably wants a constitution and the prospering potion of what the case of what the founding fathers agreements on of this time at least is supposed to be. Because at least in this time, what the founding fathers want to make happen in their ideals hold better credit in today's world of what's happening now, not in our today's world, because I mean it's 2022, that's not what we're talking about, but in the place of the time here. And in another point, it said no matter what the founding fathers want to do, their place and time with what's happening now holds good credit. So this is why he backs America and the Patriots on the side of revolution to back down the Great British. And I'm not saying the entire British monarchy and their place of ideals is bad, but how they're putting America right now, they're a big ass empire trying to reign over people that they have no right to over enslave. They're trying to imperialize America right now. We can talk about whose ever ideals are better fit. This is not a history lesson. This is just the point of the matter, what Conor is standing for. So this is why he backs up Commander Washington and why he fights with the founding fathers, why he puts the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood into place with this and pushes on the Templars, and why he wants to kill Charles Lee because of his own personal reasons. But Charles Lee is in foundation with the point of what his entire mission is based around. And at the same time, his father has to be dealt with, and within this case, to bring in something, then that's what he has to do. He has to make that hardship decision. I mean, he hasn't really actually had a conversation with his dad. His dad has crossed him like fucking 4 times and he hasn't had a conversation with him. But that's just what he wants to do. So if he's going to do that, he's going to do that. This is what I wanted to say. Okay. And the wooden stick holes. And the pillars of sticks, defense, countermeasurements, but within this, there's a big yard camp. Big foggy, snowy up in here. Alright, horsey. We're on to this abandoned church. So there's like doorway level 1 and this road attack. Okay. Top like this. I have to go down. I'm not trying to fully go down. I'm trying to back that one. Maybe I don't have to. Oh shit. Go up here. Okay, I'm trying to go over, but I don't know which point to go to. Push up on rocks and stuff. Church. Roll up in here. Top. Cell phone me right quick.
Father. Conor. Any last words? Wait. A poor choice.
Come to check up on Church? Make sure he'd stolen enough for your British brothers?
Benjamin Church is no brother of mine. No more than the Redcoats or their idiot king. Oh, I expect a naivete, but this... The Templars do not fight for the crown. We seek the same as you, boy. Freedom, justice, independence.
But
But all.
Johnson,
Put your
Pitcairn,
iron
Hickey,
fist into it.
they sought to steal land, to sack towns, to murder George Washington.
Johnson sought to own the land, that we might keep it safe. Pitcairn aimed to encourage diplomacy, which you cocked up thoroughly enough to start a goddamn war. And Hickey? George Washington is a wretched leader. He's lost nearly every battle in which he's taken part. The man's racked with uncertainty and insecurity. Only look at Valley Forge to know my words are true. We're all better off without him. Look, much as I'd love to spar with you, Benjamin Church's mouth is as big as his ego. You clearly want the supplies he's stolen. I want him punished. Our interests are aligned.
What do you propose?
A truce. Perhaps Perhaps some time together might do us good. You are my son, after all, and might still be saved from your ignorance. I can kill you now, if you prefer.
You're gonna kill your own son?
Excellent. Shall we both?
Do you even know where Benjamin Church has gone?
I'm afraid not. I'd hoped to ambush him when he or one of his men returned here.
Weird this interaction
seems I'm
between
too
son and
late.
father not
Come
meeting
and
each
clear the
other
place out.
for now, what, like 27 years? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I may be able to track him.
Conor about to be in his 30s, my nigga, and you about to over here be possibly 60. Look how drenched, gray-haired you are. This is the first interaction with you, Dad. Dad, you went to go get milk and cigarettes. You never came back. You haven't met me for half of my entire life. And then you plan out to possibly kill me the first time you meet me. Then you found out my name. Like, obviously we found this out because this man is big brain. But now we're put into this circle, and it's just interesting. But it's cool to be with my dad. To be in this situation with him. And call up my horsey pony. Go on, ride with me on the horse. Unless it's cool first.
There were rations inside the crates. Medical supplies and clothing as well.
Okay. You get on? Fuck you, Dad, you bitch. Right. I'll walk with him. He's coming with us. That codes. They're sick of the name thing. They're just backing the British because they'll uphold that entire idea of theirs. I'm still right. Like, the point still stands. You climb with me? Yeah. Show you how to go and climb with the trees, alright? Show you a little bit some ropes, old man. You pounding off within this Team Truce mission with my dad. The villain slash antagonist rolling with the protagonist. Interesting. Oh, too far. You soaked up in the snow, man. It's no big. There's smuggling up in here. Hold up. Wait a minute. What's going on up in here? Open his mind up. I say for I'm British to start. My dad's full British. But over to England, Great Britain. None of them have clues that lead us here. But that place seems like it would be big and important. We need to put clues together and not just randomly search out for different places.
Going to freeze to death if I don't get this fixed.
Pulling out.
Are you Ben Church's man?
Come up very neat.
Well played.
Thanks, Dad. Deceptive cat driver. Let's say cat driver, caught. Whatever. You're not gonna get away. Just stop. Either be in full range attack or must press a circle.
It was not wise to run.
What do you want?
Where is
very
Benjamin Church?
very stealthily intimidating. He came right into here like Tyrone looking for booty. Then smuggle someone out of the cars. Okay, well, damn.
Enough of that.
You did not have to kill him.
God damn, you did
Let's
so
not waste time with all
fucking
this
ear.
pointless banter. Go catch up with the rest of Church's men. Infiltrate that camp of theirs and see what you can
To
discover.
this day.
And what about you?
Never you mind. Just do as I ask.
No, dang. That's still fucking savage. That's the type of person that's still an OG, even when they're in a time where OG is not the point of saying. Because obviously OG mean original gangster, right? Like if somebody say they dad original gangster, that mean they dad really be popping with the shits. He's still OG. OG probably isn't the case saying within the time of this day, right? But he's still bringing that OG feel. He still got that synergy. Rocks and some stuff. Yeah, shit. Big axe, get it out and plumb that in the face. Come on, again, ready to pile some people. Back up in the trees. On the other side, got put in the fucking big bush tree. Not high in the hay car will fall in the convoy. That's the car driver within given time. 2 seconds. Flow driver. My main objective. Oh, hold up, that's not what I meant. Hidden blade. These status that still have my gun tomahawk. I'll have my hidden blade.
Thank you kindly.
To people in between this time.
Won't be thanking me when you hear what I eat, man.
About time you showed up. Listen here. Boss wants us to try something new tonight. A raid. No more convoys. We're to steal from the Yank camp itself.
Valley Forge.
That's right.
Pass me.
You sure about this?
It's not my business to be sure or not sure. I just do as Church asks. If you're so concerned, take it up with him.
Is he here?
Of course not. Hiding in New York, the last I heard. Trying to keep a low profile. What, on account of him not wanting to go back to jail and all?
All right, I'm in.
22 out of 25.
Look what we found.
He was
Did
creeping
my
around
dad
the
want to be
camp on
captured, or
suspicious
did he
lines.
actually get captured? I don't see how these
Must be a
mercenaries
Yank
catch my
spy.
dad. Maybe
He's
that's sleeping
something
these two.
else. Something special.
Good work.
Isn't that right, Hatham? Church told me all about you.
And you should know better than this.
You're not really in a position to be making threats, are you?
You run your face through the wall.
Not yet.
Carver looking like a wolf. Get the fuck out of my dad. You hate from church, man. Okay, well, fuck. Damn. Dad, do you want to help me? Fuck.
Once you've dealt with these louts, meet me in New York.
Get somebody.
What? You mean to just leave? Now?
You're not even helping me.
Then we've really no business working together.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God, it's all about the business, but can you at least help your son? You gonna leave for me again? You gonna get the strawberry milk this time? Cunt. You gotta get dealt with. Bro, I'm about to die. Dealt with spurs of blood, bro. Fold it right. Split hand to everybody is pretty cool. No, arguably I did not need to shoot that animal. I wanted to have some skin. I have something to hunt. Cause I feel bad now, but at the same time, it's the world of man. Now I'm not gonna shoot this animal, alright? The raccoons can live in peace. You can keep running with this gun. Let's say, me running up and jumping on some of the things with the gun, y'all could do that one-handed place, but I have to jump back to back, hand to hand with the musket. You know, I'm King Kong jumping with a lady hand. Better break my legs. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. This has been a long ass episode of me talking, doing this and this and this and this and this and this. I love you guys. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Last place recording for now involving Assassin's Creed 3. Love y'all. Peace out, my army.